Hey guys, welcome to your hip mobility for this week. This is catered to all runners. We know now that we need good hip length and strength to have a nice strong stride in both trail running and road running. So this week we are on the floor for the whole session. All you need, especially if you're on a hard floor like me, are two small cushions that are going to go under your knees. No other equipment required. All right, so we are starting with some windscreen wipers on our knees. So you're going to be sitting with our knees fairly wide so that you have space for your knee to come next to your heel and then coming over onto the other side. All right, get set up. We are starting in 5 seconds. We've got 90 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So one side, really trying to keep those bottom cheeks on the floor. Like I've been saying, you're probably going to find that one side is tighter than the other. Just take note. Take note of which side is tighter. Maybe hang there a little bit longer. You're going to feel this throughout the whole hip capsule, probably, depending where your tightnesses are. Some of you might feel it kind of like underneath your bottom, where your butt cheek. Some of you might feel it more in your groin or the front of your hip. Just going side to side, spending a little more time on the side that feels tighter. Sitting up nice and tall, try not to collapse through your spine. All right, we've got 30 seconds left here. Nice and tall. Hopefully you're feeling those hips opening up a little bit each rep. All right, last one. Nice. Okay, now if you've got a hard floor, you're going to want to be on a cushion here. We're doing a hip flexor to hammy rock. So knee on the cushion, something to hold on to if you need. And we're rocking from a hip flexor stretch, holding for a few seconds, into a hammy stretch. Again, we're here for 90 seconds. We're going to start in 5. So get set up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Hips first. Make sure, especially if there's any lower back issues, that you're tucking that pelvis under first before coming forward. And then pushing back into hammy. You can pretty much do this whole hip mobility sequence without getting off the floor today. So if you're feeling lazy, this is a good session to take. Do it in your pajamas. We're doing dynamic to begin with, so that's a moving stretch to get some blood flow into the muscles. That's going to allow us to get further into our static stretches a little bit later. About halfway. As you start opening up a little bit more, you can push a little further into the stretch. Seconds to go. Lift that toe up a little bit more as you're starting to open up that hammy. 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, switching sides now. So, other leg. Just going to make sure you can all see me here. All right, let's go to the other leg now. Going in. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Ooh. tight side second. If your hamstring is a little tighter than your hip, you can hang there a little bit longer, like I always say, just to recognize which is getting tighter, because it could be an early indication that something is on the brink of needing attention. Our advice always is, if you've got a niggle and it's still niggling 36, 48 hours after you first started, you should definitely be seen to. More conservatively, 24 hours. I have a really personal rule myself where I see it, get it seen to as soon as possible, because you either want early clearance, like there's nothing wrong there, get back into running with no excuses, or early intervention. Yeah, there is something wrong, you've caught it early, let's sort it out before it becomes something bigger. 5 seconds to go. Oh, this side went fast. 2 and 1. All right. Now this one, we're going to be lying down. We're doing something called external rotation now. So lying down onto your back, you're going to hug one knee in, and that's just to keep our hips steady. The purpose of that is to keep our hips steady. This foot is bent, knee is bent, and foot on the ground. Now, depending how flexible you are on this one, we're going to start opening up this leg on this side and bringing it back into external rotation. If you're doing that and you're not really feeling anything, you can take your foot a little wider and go wider that way. I definitely can't do that just yet. So we're going to start, hug this knee in to keep, cement those hips to the ground, rolling out and rolling back in again. The first few we're going to do without any pressure, and then we'll start applying pressure. All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So roll that leg out. You're going to feel a little stretch on the inside of this leg that's rolling out. You might also, depending how tight you are, have a bit of a stretch in the hip capsule of the leg that you're hugging. Play around with where this foot lays, depending on how tight or open that side is. If you're super open, you can also do it with a straight leg. All right, we're going to start applying pressure now. So keeping this leg hugged in, just apply a little pressure to that leg to get the stretch down that internal adductor, and come back in. All right, we've got 40 seconds to go. With 20 seconds to go, we're going to hold the leg out and apply that pressure. Hand into the knee, while our knee pushes into our hand. That's going to happen in 10 seconds. So we're going to have it in that wide position, hand on knee. We're applying pressure into the hand as our knee pushes in. Let's go. So hand pushes into knee, knee pushes into hand on this wide leg for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, make sure the pressure goes both ways, and relax. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out if you need, and we're going to do the other side. So hug that knee in, the opposite knee that you haven't been doing. Place that foot where it's comfortable, going out, going in. Let's go. So these first few, we're not applying any pressure. We're just finding the point at which you get a nice stretch. Keep playing around with where you put that foot, but remember that these hips on this other side stay nice and steady. All right, when you're ready, you're just going to start pushing that leg out with a little bit of pressure from the other hand. there's 40 seconds to go. In 20 seconds, we're going to be applying that pressure hand into knee and knee into hand for 10 seconds before just letting it fall out and stretch for the final 10 seconds. Don't forget to keep this knee tucked right in. All right, ready? Let's push. 10. Knee into hand, hand into knee. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to relax for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, all right, nice. Shake that up. All right, we're going to move into Piriformis Stretch now. Piriformis is a deep glute muscle. It can feel like if it's tight that it's shooting down your leg. I'll show you from the side. So you're going to cross your legs over like you're sitting cross-legged on a chair. And then we're going to the first one we're going to do is we're just going to be rolling side to side with our legs crossed. We're still in a dynamic stage of our stretches. The first little bit, you might get a bit of stretch through the lower spine. Make sure shoulders are staying on the floor. And the second part of it, we're going to be holding in. All right, I'm starting with left over right. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So just one side to the other, keeping your shoulders flat on the ground. Keeping that bottom foot on the ground too. You don't have to go as far or as shallow as me. You're going to feel it differently to anyone else. Continue breathing. We don't want to hold our breath in any stretches. Muscles need oxygen, even when stretching. Keep pulling that foot back towards the bottom. Knee over knee. "15 seconds, and then we're going to hold in towards our chest for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stay on that side and pull knee to chest. You'll feel this shoot up that bottom leg or top leg a little bit more. Play around with how hard or how easy you hug your legs. Remember, we're not trying to stretch to pain, we're just trying to stretch to feel a sensation. We've got 8 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, switching legs. So other leg goes over the top. Crossing over, arms out to the side. Let's go, rocking side to side. You might get a nice stretch on that outer glute as well. Try and keep shoulders down, flat on the ground. Keep inching that foot in towards the bottom. You might be getting a nice stretch in the hip capsule of that top leg. If it's not enough of a stretch, you can come up and rock as well. It does make it a bit more intense though. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going to be hugging to our chest. In 3, 2, 1, and hug for 30 seconds. Again, just recognizing if one leg is tighter than the other. Alright, we've got 12 seconds to go. And 1. Oh, nice. All right, shake it out. You are going to have to come up onto seated now. We're going to be doing a butterfly stretch now. So That is feet together, knees wide. If you're able to, while we do this, we're going to lean forward, but making sure that we're not just crunching forward. Okay, our back is nice and straight, and we're leaning forward from the hips. So we're going to get quite an intense stretch through that groin and inside adductor muscles. We're going to hold for a minute before pushing down. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So make sure you're right on those sit bones, back is straight, shoulders down. If you're feeling any tension across your shoulder blades, then you need to check out my upper back mobility session I did last week. Try and keep chest up. This can be quite an intense stretch on those adductors and the groin. So big, deep breaths. Play around with where your feet are. If you're starting to open up and you're able to, then you can move your feet in a little bit. If you're up here, then you probably have to stay there. If your knees are flat on the ground, then you need to be leaning forward even more from the hips. All right, now we're going to do a 15-second hold one side, but try not to lean to that side. Ready? Let's go. So holding down. You can use this other hand to hold yourself up if you have the tendency to want to roll that side. You want both bottom cheeks on the ground here. Keep leaning forward. Other side. We've got 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if that was really, really hard for you and your knees are up near your ears, I want you to repeat that again. Okay, so you're going to repeat the butterfly stretch, just trying to lean forward. If you're ready for something a little more intense, you're going to have the 2 cushions here for your knees, and we're going to be doing a frog stretch. So our heel is in line with our knee, which is in line with our hips to start with. And we're just going to find a position that's quite comfy in that position. Then as we start getting comfy, we're going to make it uncomfortable and we're going to rock forwards and backwards. We've got 30-second hold to start. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1, off we go. 30-second hold. If you are breathing really heavy and panting because it's so hard, you've got an option to bring the knees in closer or go back to your butterfly stretch. We don't want to be doing any damage while stretching. So it should be about a 70% out of, or a 7 out of 10 in intensity. All right, in 10 seconds, we're going to start rocking backwards and forwards. In 3, 2, 1. So bottom towards heels and then come back again. The bottom towards heels is going to make it a little more intense. Keep breathing. There's 20 seconds to go. If you're brave, you can stay in that back position. So take your hips back towards your heels and hold. You've only got 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, slowly come up onto your hands. Bring your knees together. Shake it out if you need. Nice work. All right, we're going to move into some more static stretching now. We've got 1 minute of each exercise, but we're going to be coming through and doing it twice. Okay, so the first one is a 90-90 or a zigzag. So you've got one foot out here on the side, other foot is in front of you this way. Again, if you're a little tighter, you might be up here a little bit more. The first 30 seconds, we're just going to be leaning forward. If you can't lean forward that much, that's fine. You'll be up here leaning forward. You're going to get this to the glute and the hip of that front leg. For the second 30 seconds, you're going to place your hand behind you and we're going to be twisting towards that way before we twist towards this way. Okay, I'll talk you through it. Alrighty, so this one is only 1 minute. So the first one, set yourself up, one leg out in front like this and the other one out to the side. We are starting in 5, 4, leaning forward, 2, 1, off we go. So down onto elbows if you can. If you can't, you're up on your hands. Just try and relax this front leg. Try not to tense it too much. Really relax into the stretch. In 5 seconds, we're going to come up and we're going to rotate around to our right. Let's go. Five seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switching over, other foot in front, bend up that other leg, heel to knee, and leaning forward. Let's go. Oh, I'm not sure I can lean forward on this side. So it goes to show you've always got one side a little different to the other, and you might need to do a different exercise. So you're either on elbows, you might have a cushion or a chair in front of you that you can lean on, or you're on hands leaning forward. All right, in 3 seconds, we're going to be rotating over to the left. Let's go. So that's going to get what's getting me more on the front of that hip. And take this arm across the body. You might also get a stretch up the lower back on the other side, and that's a nice stretch too. We've got 10 seconds to go. Our hip flexor, which we hear a lot about as runners, it attaches at the front, the side, and the back of our spine. So everyone's going to feel each stretch just a little bit differently depending on your anatomy and where you're tight. All right, the next one we're going to do, we're lying down again. A lot of lying down today. All right, we're in a wide glute stretch now. So knee is wide. So foot, if I show you this way, foot is on that knee and knee is wide. Arms out to the side. And we're now going across our body this way. Here. And across this way. All right, so we're going to do the side to side for 30 seconds. Before we hang for 30 seconds on internal rotation. All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So trying to keep your spine on the ground the whole time, shoulders relaxed. Your hips are going to come off the ground a little bit as we go. We're trying to keep the knee nice and wide. Got a lot of hip mobilization today. We want nice, juicy hips for so many reasons while we run. One of the reasons is a longer, more mobile muscle, no matter where it is in the body, in fact, can absorb more load. And whether you're rock hopping or pavement pounding, we do put a lot of load through our muscles. All right, we're going to hold to the side. So you're holding that bent knee onto the floor if you can. Another reason we want nice long hip flexors, it allows us to push back into that long running stride, push the ground away. All right, let's switch over. All right, side to side first. It allows our glutes to turn on. So if you've got really tight hip flexors and you're not able to push back into a long stride, then your glute muscles never activate, no matter how strong they are. All right, holding this way. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, roll out of that. We're going to come up onto all fours now. Pop something under your knee if needed. We're taking this foot out and the toe up. If that is enough of a stretch for you, you can absolutely stay there. Otherwise, you're going to be taking your bottom back to your heel and back up again. All right, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to set up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go. You want to try and keep your lower back neutral here, as in it's not rounded and it's not curved. Nice and neutral. This is enough of a stretch for me. If you need more, you can start rocking forwards and backwards. Try and keep that toe turned up to the sky. We're here for a minute. If you need even more, you can rotate and thread the needle in either direction away from your leg. It's going to be even stronger. If you're like me, and this is 70% and you're breathing heavy, then just stay here, and you might need to do this one a little bit longer. 3, 2, 1. All right, other side. Straight into it. Cool. Let's go. Remember the options there. Stay here, rock forwards and backwards, or add in a thread the needle, either towards or even harder away from your leg, your outstretched leg. Spine is neutral, breathing easy. Alrighty, we've got 20 seconds to go on this side. Keep finding 70%. It might change as the leg opens up a little bit, as the muscle opens up. Done a lot of adductors today with the muscles on the inside here. They can get very tight as they stabilize you through that running stride. All right, we are back to our 99 stretch. So one leg out to the front like this, one leg out to the side like that, and leaning forward. For this one, I want you to only, for the whole minute, stick to the one that you found harder, whether it was the leaning forward or the rotation. Okay? We've got 60 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Mine was definitely harder leaning forward. It's a nice glute and hip stretch. If there's any knee issues, just come up. You might get a little pinch in that closed knee. Try and keep that back nice and neutral and relaxed. We've got 30 seconds to go. All right, there's 12 seconds left. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, switch sides. Sit up nice and tall, whether you're twisting or coming forward. Let's go. I always think I'm starting on my bad side until I get to the other side. I don't know about you guys. And I realize the other side's a lot tighter. Starting to open up a little bit more, you can take these arms a little further in front. Otherwise, just stay where you are. There's 25 seconds to go. Big deep breaths. Try and relax the muscles on your legs, especially that front leg. 10 seconds to go. 2, and 1. All right, lying on your back again, knee wide, arms out to the side, rolling in and back to the center. 3, 2, 1, off we go. "30 seconds of rolling side to side, and then we're going to hold the leg with the foot on the ground. I'm going to hold to that side. I've got my right foot on the ground, so I'm going to hold right. Let's go. Holding. Like I said, hip flexor is attached to the front, the side, and the back of your spine. So for me, I'm feeling this in the front of my hip flexor. Some of you might feel it more around the side or the back. We have 8 seconds to go. All right, switching sides. Let's go rocking. All right, and holding. We've got 15 seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, coming up and kneeling. Last ones, and then you're done. Pop something on your knee if needed. Foot out, toe up. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Play around with the rocking or the arms down lower or the rotating. Remember, rotating away is going to be harder. Otherwise, stay exactly where you are. Keep finding 70% though. Twenty seconds to go. I think I'm brave enough to add a rock in now. Bottom back to heel. Eight seconds to go. 2, and switch sides. All right, last minute of your stretching. Let's go. Stretching can be the hardest thing to commit to. So if you've gotten this far, well done. You are committing to injury prevention. You're committing to being able to get into better strength moves, better running positions, longer muscles, absorb more load. Have I sold stretching yet? I don't need to sell it to you, you're still here. All right, 30 seconds to go. I'm rocking, join me if you can. Got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Well done, everybody, for another week of stretching. Get out there and get long in that stride. Push the ground away, and you'll do great. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good week. Bye.